All right, here's a programming solution for ocean levels. I want to make sure I have the include statement with the IO stream, the using namespace std, and then the int main function with the return 0 at the end of the function to terminate the program. As always, I need my input, I need a process area, and then I need an output portion of the program. Because whenever you're trying to chop down a programming challenge that you're going to receive, just make sure that you know for sure that you need some input, you need to process some information, then you need to output some information. In this case, the input is coming directly from the program, so there's nothing coming from the user. So the input that we do have are some variables. So the first variable I'm going to create is a constant variable called a double variable, and it's going to be called mil per year. And that's going to be set equal to 1.5. All right, and there's some other information that I have as well. So I have another integer, just regular integer variable, not a constant variable. So a constant variable, if you're not familiar, is a variable that is basically kind of like set in stone. If you try to go and change it or process this variable here and change it later in the process section of the program, it's not going to change, because it's going to give you an error, because it's saying, hey, well, you told me this variable is not to be changed by using this keyword, so why are you trying to change it, right? So we do this to protect from having this variable being changed. We don't want it to be changed. That's the whole reason for doing that. So here I got some variables. I got year one. It's going to be set equal to we'll say 2 years, and then year 2 is going to be set equal to I don't know, let's say 6 years, and then year 3 we'll set it equal to 11 years. All right, so these are going to be the years that however many years has passed, we'll see how much the level has grown from the ocean level. So this is all in the input section, because it's information that we're hard coding into the program. We're not necessarily receiving it from the user, but if we did, we would put it in the input section of the program. Okay, so the next, I got all my information that I need so far that has been given to me, whether through the challenge or through input from the user. So the next thing I need to do is process some information, and I know I'm going to need a float variable, because I'm dealing with decimals, and to figure out the first portion of the mils after 2 years, I need to have that variable, right? So I'm going to set that equal, because I want to see, okay, how much far has it risen after 2 years. And in order to get that calculation, I need to say mil per year, and set that equal to and multiply it by year 1, right? Because year 1 is this one right here, and then mil per year is this one right here. Okay, so, and I know I need 3 other variables similar to that one. So let me just highlight this, and I'll hit Control D. Oh no. Is it Control Option? Is it Option D? Nope. Nope, it's not that either. Sorry, guys. Okay, I was trying to duplicate it, but I'm just gonna have to type it out. So MIL, I forgot the keys that I need to press to do that. So mils, and then I'm going to do mils after, what's the next set of years? 6 years. Mils after 6, that's going to be mil per year multiplied by year number 2. Like that. And then same thing for mils after if I can type 11 years, mils after 11, and that again, this is set to the mils per year multiplied by year 3. All right, and that's the end of the process information. So we've calculated how many mils after 2 years, how many mils after 6 years, how many mils after 11 years, and Next thing we're gonna do is output that information to the user. So in order to do that, we use the cout statement, because this basically, I think this means console out. If we had in, it would be console in, which we'll see that later in some later programs. So cout, and then we put a line. I put a line break. All right, and then so I'll say in year one in this variable. So whatever's in year one is going to be outputted. So in year one, in this case, it's 2. So in 2 years, the ocean's level will grow. Mils after 2. And then millimeters. All right, and when you're doing these programs, you test it out. Don't be afraid to test stuff out. What's the worst you can do is get an error in the console or get an error wherever. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. You'd be all right. Just keep it flowing. All right. So here, this is gonna be year 2, and this is gonna be year 3. So I basically took this code and copied it. So I just need to change the year. So year 2, year 3, mils after 6, and then here I need to change it to mils after 11. All right, and that should be it. So I need to terminate or finish this statement by putting a line break at the end and then a semicolon. All right, and that should be it. Okay, so next thing I need to do is get a terminal so that I can run this program, compile it, and run it. Visual Studio Code's usually good about telling you that there's errors. You'll see like a little red squiggly line, like say for instance, like right here, and it tells you it expected a semicolon. So I already know what it is. I needed that semicolon there. To open up a console, I need to right click on the file that I'm working on, open integrated terminal, and then there's a terminal on the bottom. I want to show you something real quick. So this is the directory that we're in, which is called C++ programming. It's on my desktop. So I have this folder here, and in this folder I have this file right here and this file right here. So another way to check that is you press ls in the terminal, and then it'll show you the files that are in that folder or directory. Okay, at this point I need to compile the program, and the way to do that is I hit C++ and then the file name that I'm working on, which is 000.cpp. Hit enter. And then usually right there, the errors will be spat out to you in the terminal, but there's no errors. So the next thing I need to do is output the program. So I'll say a./.a.out, hit enter. All right, here's the information. I'll put it to the user.